What's up YouTube? This is my BMW 4 Series. This is a 420i xDrive Sport. So it's got a 4-wheel drive system, manual, it's also a petrol, and it's a 2-litre engine. Now here is the thing, if you're looking at something like this, you will most likely have considered the Mercedes C-Class or the E-Class Coupe or the Audi A5. Now, one thing the BMW have got absolutely spot on right with this, so no matter if you have your 4 Series as a luxury sport or M Sport model, all 4 Series get these angel lights, also known as the Hello lights, which are xenon lights on the 4 Series that look absolutely amazing. With a lot of the Mercedes coupes, even the Audi coupes, you tend to have the halogen lights, which are yellow, very dated looking. And if you do want the xenon lights of the Mercedes or the Audi, you have to get them as an optional extra. So with this being the 2-litre petrol, on paper this car produces 181 brake horsepower, 199 pound-feet of torque, and that should give me a 0 to 60 miles an hour of 7.4. Now these are stock figures. You can do a lot of mods to this car, such as remapping it, and get a lot better figures. Now between the luxury sport and M Sport models, the front bumper is where it differs a lot. So with this one being the Sport, you get these blacked out accent pieces. Now what is really good with these accent pieces is that they're plastic, and they are very easy to remove and replace. So this piece, this black piece here, as well as this black piece on the corner here, very easy to remove and find parts from BMW themselves. With the Sport, you also get the black and chrome kidney grills, which do look great. A lot of people tend to change these because they are very easy to change. They tend to go for the all black double slat kidney grills, but these do look really good. And as you can see by these spots on the front bumper, this car does have front and rear parking sensors. This car also has an amazing side profile. Just to start with, these huge doors. You also have these blacked out window trim pieces, which tend to be chrome on a lot of the cars. I love this crease line that goes from the front all the way to the back. One thing to mention is that it does pass right through the door handle, which looks kind of cool. This brings us onto the side black air vent, which actually is a real air vent. It comes from the front wheels to the back, and these are the optional 18-inch alloy wheels. You may have noticed when I unlocked the car, the electrically folding mirrors came down. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that these are an optional extra. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. But when you lock the car and hold the lock button, the side mirrors fold in automatically, and when you go to unlock the car, they open again. Now, because I also have the lighting package on this car, you get LED door handles as well as ambient lighting inside. So when you unlock the car at night, you get a beautiful LED light just underneath your door handle there. Now moving on to the rear of the car, if you know your BMWs, you most likely spot a 4 Series. Definitely from all the other models, there's just something about them. My car also has the black trim piece just at the bottom there. Again, very easy to remove and replace directly from BMW themselves. And although this is a 2-litre Sport, you do only get one tailpipe out the rear, which kind of seems lacking for a 4 Series. You can also see the rear parking sensors just there. One thing I absolutely love is the way the rear boot kind of swoops up a little bit, almost like a ducktail. It gives it almost like a spoiler look. All right, so let's get into the interior of the car. Now you'll notice when I go to open the door, the window comes down a little bit. It allows me to open the door. That's because it's a beautiful frameless window. And then when you close it, the window goes back up. Now in terms of the interior, I think I've got a pretty special combination. I have the black leather interior with the red accents and stitching, and to go along with that, it has the black piano trim piece with the red accent, which looks absolutely amazing. You also have red stitching on the door with a red accent piece. Now before we get into the car, we can't forget about the lumbar support button just there. I'm not sure if this is an optional extra on this car, but it's certainly a must. So if you inflate the sides or if you deflate it, side bolsters here on the seat will inflate or deflate, and it comes in very useful around country lanes. I think the steering wheel is also very different from the Sport to the M Sport model. This is the Sport. I love the fact that it's got the red stitching on there. to sort of complement the rest of the car. But I do think the M Sport steering wheel looks a lot better. Although here in the UK, they do get stolen a lot. So maybe having the Sport one is an advantage in terms of that. In terms of the infotainment system, you do get everything you could ever need with the 4 Series. So if you put it in reverse, you do get the visual representation of the parking sensors, the rear and the front. In terms of the audio, you do get the DAB radio, and you get loads of controls such as the ambient lighting. You can choose between the mod classic or mode sport, which is just the orange or white, and the ambient lighting is just underneath the red bar there, which comes on at night. Of course, you do get your USB and your aux ports in the center arm console. Now what is cool is the 4 Series does come with 4 seats. So you just pull this to bring the driver's seat forward, and this is what you get in terms of rear seats. They look comfortable enough. You can't really sit someone in the middle there, so it is just 4 seats for this car. But the good thing is that you do get fold seats. So if you pull these little levers from the boot, you do get to push these forward. So then you can do some IKEA shopping. Now there's another thing that BMW have done absolutely right, and I missed this on other cars. That is, if you turn off the car, if you open the driver's side door, a lot of the cars, the radio tends to stop at this point. With BMW, the radio stops when you close the car and you lock it. That's when the radio turns off. Of course, one other cool thing with this car is if you unlock the car, open the door, sit in the driver's seat, close the driver's side door, you get your seatbelt handed to you. Just like that. Now I've just left my driver's side window open. If I want to close this, all I have to do is just hold the lock button on the car, and this should close the window and close my side mirror.